Oh, good catch, Kelly. Oh well, guess he can be Pete, huh? But we're about to start. We're just 5 minutes out. But before we do, can you hear me, Kelly? Just to double check. I'm gonna go try and fix his name. See if I can't fix that typo. Well, it doesn't look like I can fix the typo on Pete's name. So my apologies to everyone, especially Pete. I'd have to basically kill the stream and start over. Uh, I don't know if every time I see it, it bugs me, so it keeps bugging me, maybe. Hey, Chris Jones. The race is to 7, as you can see in the middle of the stream down there in the bottom. But while we're waiting for the last few minutes to pass, I'm just going to run over our sponsors right quick. As you can see them scrolling through on the top left in that box, and then you see them on the banner on the wall there. But we have Screen Effects. They offer hand-pulled screen printing and embroidery. They do great work. I've ordered a number of shirts from them several times for tournaments, and each time it's been great. You can get a hold of them through their Facebook page or call 509 607 9307. And of course, there's Volution Fitness, which is a gym, and there's 5 locations total, 4 in Yakima, 1 in Sela. They are open 24 hours a day, allowing you to gain access and do your workout at whatever time works best for you. And they offer personal training, group classes, nutrition coaching, and you can stop by for the tour or become a member at any location or their Facebook page or their website, volutionfit.com. And then, of course, there's ACH, which is our Dumbbell Custom Hauling. They've been moving freight across the Pacific Northwest for over 18 years. They specialize in flatbed and maxi flatbed work, and they take pride in getting the job done right. And if you have any questions for needs for hauling, give Ryan a call at 509-760-8518 or Robert at 509-855-6736. Right, folks, it is 7 o'clock, and here we go. And they are starting with the lag. And this is 8 ball, race to 7, so BCA rules. Alternate break. Oh, man. As terrible as those were, they decided on a winner there. It looked pretty close, but looks like Marty is breaking first. There is the option of the magic rack just hanging on the light there. But it's right.
Hey, Rich, can you hear me?
I can, Josh.
How does that sound?
It sounds a little slight, like an echoey sound, but I can definitely hear you.
Nice. Let's see how it's coming through on YouTube.
I want to up your volume a little bit too. I mean, I can hear you, but while you're doing that, Josh, I'm going to finish my sponsors thing. So the other sponsor is PNW Design Fab. They do custom metalwork and installs. Their services include everything up to, but not limited to, gates, handrails, stairs, personal or business signs, truck beds, and more. Bring them your idea, and they will bring it to life. For any questions, please call 509-952-3004 or visit them on the web at pnwdesignandfab.com. And of course, the newest one is Gary Bradley Trucking. They're locally owned and operated. They haul local agricultural products, mainly fruit, throughout the PNW and beyond. They are a very integral part to our local agricultural systems. So, and thanks again for all of them for being sponsors. And of course, our home bar, the Dutch. So they are open 365 days a year, Sunday through Thursday, 8 a.m. to midnight. Friday to Saturday is 8 a.m. to 2 a.m. And I'm on good authority that in September, every night will go back to 2 a.m. Then they have a full kitchen and bar, daily lunch and dinner specials. They added a bunch of new drinks as well for the non-drinkers. They do cold brew coffees, milkshakes, flavored Red Bulls, and any one of those can also have an alcohol infusion if you'd like. There's for pool enthusiasts, there's 5 7-foot diamond pool tables that are well maintained. They also have the largest pull tab selection in Central or Eastern Washington. They have a free guest Wi-Fi, which you can ask the bartender for the password, but I'll let you know. It's the phone number. And if you'd like to have an event here, feel free to do so. Just get a hold of them at 509-452-7960. And you can schedule a date for your events in here, and they'll get you taken care of. So here we go to the action. So this is Marty at the table. Now Marty and Pete have been in the pool scene here for quite some time. Both are great guys, very enjoyable. Everybody likes both. And this will be a good match because they both play their hearts out. There's no half-assing from either one of these guys. They'll give you everything they got. And Marty, as most people know, if you know him, he's a goofy one. He likes to do his little Pee Wee Herman dance and all these kind of things. But I can tell you, never a dull moment. So. And as you can see here, he can see the 4, not much of a shot. Kind of put himself in a position here. There is a back bank, so he could bank this 4 back here and let the cue ball come around. Now it looks like that might be what he's attempting here. It looks like he pulled the side. Did not pocket the ball. The feet in a tough spot. Basically, his only shot is right here, but he'd be doing it tree top, and that makes it tougher because he is left-handed. So now shooting this ball here, they should have someone watch this just for the potential double hit. He is elevating, so he tends to just give it a little snap. So let's see. It looked like a decent hit, but even if it wasn't, play will go on because you got somebody watching it. I can't just announce a foul or anything like that. Marty's eyeballing the 7 ball right here. Yeah, it looked a little snug. He would have had to use inside English to cinch that up a little bit to straighten that out. But in doing so, he did leave Pete a shot here. Remember, he is left-handed, so he is facing backwards at the table. Nice shot there. This is a big problem here. It's going to need to be addressed. And normally you could set up a breakout shot this way, but that 5 is blocked like that. So we need to stop. Okay, so he rolled a little bit too far. Had he been in this area, he could have come in this way with English and either come off it directly like this or come in from behind. But being where he is now, it's going to be almost impossible to get the cue ball to go this way. So being on the wrong side, I mean, this is your shot line. You would want to be the cue ball anywhere on this side. It looked like he was playing shape for this ball here. I didn't think it went, but yeah, it looks pretty tight. But I think we're going to find out here real soon.
All right, so these guys are doing race to 7, right, Rich? BCA?
Yes, they are. Race to 7. And as you can see there, Josh, I fat-fingered Pete's name there on the tablet, and I tried to go fix it, but without starting over, it wasn't going to let me. So he is now PPETE.
Well, I was liking what somebody was saying in the chat. I believe it was Miss Kelly was saying this P for pistol, Pete.
Yeah.
Yeah. So how'd this race come about? Is this something that they talked to you about? One of these guys challenged the other guy? Or is this something you came
did.
up with?
You know, that's lately, that's how a lot of these are coming about. Is, you know, they'll come up and say, hey, how about me and so-and-so? And then I look at their Fargos. I'm like, well, they're close enough we could do this. And then we go from there. But I have had some text messages lately from players wanting to do one. And I just got to find them opponents and get them scheduled.
Yeah. Nice. Been a while since I commentated, so I got on late because that's why I'm signed in as a guest commentator, because I don't have the links anymore to my commentating studio. So I'll have to talk to Patrick and get them to send that to me. It's on my old laptop.
Yeah, I'm sure it's as simple as that.
Yeah. That's a good try. It's really hard to shoot those into the side pockets from that angle. The side pocket's super tight, and it's hard to hit it with that kind of speed and make those balls. But I'm pretty sure he's happy he didn't make that ball because he didn't have any shot after.
Yeah, and there's no real shot for Pete on this either. He's looking to maybe play this off the 9, have a shot at pushing that over there. Yeah, I didn't think he could go direct. It was going to throw too far. But
that's not too bad of leave, though. You know, the transition from the 4 to the 7 is pretty difficult. And I mean, I would have probably tried to play just a safety and come up with a similar type leave on the cue ball. So could have been a little bit of a two-way there.
So Michelle Me in the chat there has elaborated on the pistol Pete. She said that he was pistol pecking Pete in BCA a few years ago.
Well, see, that's just Pete lacking imagination. That's just him lacking imagination. He could have dropped the pistol part. Just stuck with Pack and Pete. Anyways, so Marty's in a bad spot here. I'd almost, I mean, he can cut this 4-ball in, but he'd need to hit it with some low and try to drift over this direction and miss that 9-ball.
Oh man, that would have worked out nicely had that gone in. But then again, had it may not have bumped that 8 like that.
Yeah.
But Pete, he doesn't seem to ever come to a table where he has a nice starter shot to go with. But we'll see what he does here. I'm not sure if he can actually see the edge of that, but he called it like he could.
Did he call the 12-ball or the 9-ball? The 12?
Yeah. So he must be able to see that edge.
Oh, he was going real first.
Yeah, so this is a big, big opportunity for Marty here.
Well, you know, Marty still has a little bit of problems though, because does the 8 pass the 12?
It looks like it does actually. Let me draw the line to be sure. Yeah, it looks like there's quite a bit of room here. He plays maybe half pocket on the side.
Yeah.
But you know that's something you have to actually look at and see. And I don't know that he's focused on that right now. He's just looking to make this 7-ball and get a shot on the 4.
Yep. Well, that'll work.
Now the downside.
Yeah,
the downside of this too is the cue ball is on the rail, so top spin's about his only option here.
Yeah, so I was going to say I wouldn't have minded it too bad, because if he actually got over into this range, that 8 would be pretty simple for him. But it looks like he's going to be working away from it, and the cue ball will be coming in this direction if he shoots that. So it's going to be hard for him to dig down and stop that ball to be able to shoot the 8 back in his bottom left.
Yeah, he would definitely have to elevate and just kind of stun it. But looks like he's up in the roll. So we'll see what happens here. Uh-oh.
Yeah, he had a little bit of the wrong angle on that. Pete's got some work to do, though.
Well, I guess if there's a plus to be taken from that, it's that Marty's alignment was perfectly straight.
So what do you do here, Rich?
Well, I would be starting with that ball too. I don't know that I'd be like that. I mean,
yeah, I mean, I get what you're doing there.
He hit that on a really good angle. Left himself a natural to just roll down for that last ball. The thing is to not overpower this. Ooh.
I shot that kind of fast. Pulled a Josh. That's Marty a pretty good shot here to get the first rack.
There you go, Michelle. There's your answer. Crystal just said no. We haven't done rack girls since 2011, 12. That's been a minute. So with this thin cut on the 12 down here, it's pretty much natural shape. So that's it. As long as you don't put inside on it and bring that corner pocket into play.
Yeah, that was a good shot.
Yeah, he hit that really well. It's about what you want to do. Hit it with some confidence. Don't try to baby it. Just hit it in there. There you go. Nicely done. So it looks like Pete's going to take the first game. You know, in any race, I've always said that there's 3 games that are the most critical. And the first game, and the first one to the hill, and then, of course, the game winner or the match winner. Those are all big mind benders for your opponent there. But the first game tends to set the tone of the match. And then if you get on the hill first, of course, that adds a ton of pressure to your opponent.
Yeah, for sure. That's what I always said. The first game and the last game are the 2 hardest to get. Yeah. Typically, there's the first game jitters of the match, and then the hard time of trying to close out a match.
Yeah.
Very difficult. But Pete got the win, and and he's got the break, so he's got a little bit of an edge going into game 2 here.
Yeah, he starts the match with breaking Marty's serve, takes the first game, and has a chance to go up 2, and that's big. The race to 7 sounds long, but it actually really isn't. And so, being down a game or 2 early is not the end of the world. You just can't let it, change your mindset any. But it does make you think. And so, it's especially the first game. That's a big one to win. So here we go.
Yeah, and it's gonna, probably build a little frustration with Marty too, just because, he had that first shot on the 8 ball and missed it, hung it. But the one thing, I don't know Marty extremely well. I like the guy, been around him quite a bit. He's always a lighthearted guy. The one thing I've always noticed is he doesn't really take it too serious. So hopefully that doesn't, affect him moving forward. I doubt it will, though.
Yeah, this is his second BFS match. He had one with John Sanders a while back, and I believe they went hill, and he lost that one. But he fought hard in that one as well, and I fully expect him to do the same in this one. This is Pete's first BFS match, so he has those added nerves that Marty probably doesn't have since it's not his first time.
Yeah.
And to answer your text, I did post them on the BFS page and my own page.
He picked a pretty good group of balls here. They were all kind of laying out there, but Solids had the tougher grouping as far as shape. So he's making really good, quick work of this. If he can shoot this 13 into the corner and stun over for the 9, he has a really good chance of getting out here.
Yeah, it didn't look like he had a whole lot of angle there, so he just opted to just stun draw a little bit. It is a tight angle, so you're definitely going to be playing to go back and forth.
He hit her thin, that's for sure.
Yeah, he did. I thought it was going to work out like a timing shot there for a second. But
the one good thing he's got going for him is his balls are in pretty good spots, and he's leaving Marty shooting over a ball, so he's a little tree-topped here. So
yeah,
it's going to be a tough start.
Yeah, with both balls sitting there in front of the pocket, and they're not blocking each other.
Nice shot. Man, it's crazy how quick he shoots sometimes and just pockets those balls.
Yeah, he definitely somehow manages to have a good eye. Like you said, he just drops down and fires it, and it goes.
Yeah.
I've seen him in the past do some pretty impressive runs, too. It's like, my goodness.
Yeah, for sure. He's got to try to really think this out a little bit here, because the 4-7's not the easiest, so he's got to find a way. Right now would probably be a really good time if he shoots that 3 into the corner. I don't know. I can't tell if depending on where you get, if you bring the cue ball up into this area here, does the 7 pass the 4, or can you shoot the 4 past the 7, or get the cue ball past the 7 to make the 4?
Yeah, it does look like the 7 passes to the corner, but he does have a little angle here too. So if he wanted to just punch over, oh my goodness!
Oh no, it's crashed again.
Yeah, that's rough.
I think if I was Pete, I would probably put the cue ball right here, and I'd make the 9 and let the cue ball come off this direction.
Yeah, and give yourself a natural angle to go to the rail and back out for the 8 on that side.
Yep. Going the other way, now he's got more work to do, because the other direction, the cue ball could have came off and just came naturally out this way.
Yeah, it would have been
15. Now he's got to put a
and
stroke
he's on the wrong side of the 9 too, so he's going to have to force his angle, which he did. But in doing
he's like, wrong side, long side.
But he hit that just right. So
got perfect.
He will take a 2-game lead, which is big, and it's going to feed into the frustration that Marty probably feels. 2 games, he had an opportunity.
Yep.
So I see in the chat there we have Brandon Lynch watching. He says he's watching on his phone and his TV. Well, thanks for joining us, Brandon.
Where are you watching from, Brandon? That out Pete just had kind of shows you how you don't have to do things the same way every time to be able to get out. I mean, the direction I was saying, I think you were on board with, kept it pretty simple. It just center ball, allows you to be more accurate, don't have to worry about forcing things, and it was natural shape. The way Pete went, it wasn't necessarily natural. He had to use a bunch of English and different things, but it's still manageable, and it's probably something he's comfortable with, so he was fine going that route. And I'm the same way. There's lots of times I might go against the grain of what most people would think a standard out would be, just because it's something that I'm comfortable with, because I do use a lot of English on a lot of shots. So there's
the way you drew it up, though, that, like you said, it's just you're playing all the natural angles, so you didn't have to do anything but just control your speed. And the way Pete went, I mean, he made it effective, but going that way, he had to add in a little work to those things. He did it well.
Yeah, he made it a little tougher and made it missable. He could have easily routed that 9, forcing to get over.
Yeah, by having to add in a little more work, you're inviting mistakes to happen.
Boy, Marty's just running into some bad luck here. Crushes the brake, but scratches in the side. And it looked like he kind of hit it at the angle to draw over there or to go over that side pocket. It didn't get kicked in, so a little bit of.
Yeah, I think it's definitely some frustration there because he's not taking his time at all, and not to say that he's a slow player, because he's definitely not. But he's firing. He's not even like looking at it and stepping in. He just drops down and fires.
Yep.
And when you do
I like stripes here, except for the 12. But I think the 12 actually goes up into this corner.
Yeah.
So I think he can do like a little draw stroke off this ball, cut this ball in, as long as he doesn't hit it hard, can come off this way to shoot the 12 up into that corner. And that'll solve most of his problems, but the 8's still in a funny spot. I hit a little hard.
It looks like he tried that, but it's still there. If he wanted to go for that, he could still play that up in the corner. But it may not leave him anything even after he makes it.
This direction. Yeah, the cue ball's going to track off the 4 in that direction, looks like. Yeah, he wasn't going to have much of a shot after.
But as you can see, he did not leave much. Nothing easy to start with. I think you can see the 6 ball. Let's see.
Yeah, but man, under the gun, under pressure and everything, that's a really tough shot to start with. But that's probably all he's got, other than like a combo or a bank on the 3.
Yeah, and think about the last game when he was tree-topped over those 2 balls in the corner pocket. He was under that pressure too with that 1 ball, and he fired it right in. Yeah. Sometimes just not being too aware of it helps a lot.
Yeah.
If you're not aware of that pressure, then you don't feel it. So.
I don't mind this bank on the 3. I think he needed to hit that with a little more speed, but he didn't really leave much at all.
No, and where that 3 stopped, it definitely that 3 stopped blocking this ball. So, he's coming in with a back cut. Yes, that one right there. As long as he doesn't hit draw, that side pocket shouldn't be an issue.
Off the 6. Got a little helper.
Yeah, and I think right here you almost have to shoot this ball next. I suppose you can shoot.
You don't necessarily have to.
Yeah, I suppose. If you play that,
you could shoot this ball and and have the cue ball come off and get better.
Looks like that's what he's doing. Came in pretty hot. Now he's in a bit of trouble because he has to get right. Yep, exactly. That's exactly.
But the key with this is he wants to leave himself somewhere like this. He wants to leave an angle. Yeah. When he plays this ball, he wants the cue ball to come off this direction. Well, he kind of did the same thing he did with the last shot. Came off
he didn't put any running on there to get, down below the 6.
I think he put a little bit of right-hand English because I think he was afraid of the cue ball coming off this direction.
Yeah. Yeah.
So he put some inside and just straightened it straight across. Wish I could say I've never done that, but he's in a bad spot. He's in a bad spot here. I mean, really,
Yeah.
all he
Pretty sure we've
has
all done
would
that.
be something like this. But this is, I mean, the one's in the way. If he comes short, the side pocket's here.
Yeah, that's a very, very small target he's coming in at.
Yeah.
I mean, even to get a hit on this, and a legal hit on this would be impressive alone, let alone making it.
Yeah, I think Marty's going to have ball in hand here probably. Yeah, I think Pete's looking like he knows it's going to be tight window. Yep, try to use some English to force it in there.
Yeah, it's a little unfortunate he ended up like that, but here's an opportunity for Marty to try to get himself situated again, get his head right.
I like starting with a 4-ball myself. That's like the toughest one to play shape. I know the 2's right there, but you got to be pretty straight on the 2. Any angle will force you away from the 4. So, I mean, I think if you just start with the 4-ball, then you can even use the 1 as your key ball to the 8. 5-ball. He can get out, but 7 doesn't pass the 2, so.
Yeah, Marty's in that Fargo range where they wouldn't start with that 4 because it's blocking the 8.
Yeah, true. I didn't think about that.
Top players would shoot it early, just because they identify it as a potential problem ball.
Yeah, because I mean,
they don't think, oh, if I miss, they don't think that way. They don't think they're going to miss. But at this level, it is a thought. So they leave it there. Oh, I'll just do it last, and then they end up, putting themselves in a position where they're make that shot super difficult if they see it at all.
Yeah,
so
I mean
Matt Mitchell. Matt Mitchell says he made it in the chat there. I'm not sure what he made, but he's referencing making it to watch this match. So I don't. Did you see that
good
post?
Shot here would be a stop shot. Shoot the 4, let it come down this direction. Yeah, I got to remember how to use my.
Exactly what we were talking about. This 4-ball is becoming a bigger and bigger problem as he continues to shoot other balls.
Yeah. Now, I mean, if he puts them low right, he's going to have to put a good stroke on it because if he hits it with speed, the cue ball comes straight up this way.
Okay, so now he's probably going to be looking to play a safety, and luckily, because of Pete's ball laying there neutral on the rail like that, he doesn't have to play the greatest of safeties, and he'll leave a tough shot. So the most important thing here is to position your core somewhere optimal for yourself. By playing this bank, you're inviting the scratch to happen.
Yeah, he just played it as a safety, and just in case. Oh, I was just going to say, the only thing I don't like about it is you're not positioning your 4-ball into a good spot,
Yeah, and it right now he can just roll up on this if he wanted to. But yeah, that 4 is definitely neutral now. So yeah, you can just clip that out of there too if you wanted to, and just take the cue ball back towards kind of where it is, and just.
We called the bank.
Yeah, probably playing it to go that way.
He's got to make sure he doesn't clip the 4 with it.
Yeah, that's. Ooh. But that actually worked out.
Because he can't see past that 8-ball.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, I mean, when Marty got ball in hand, like for me, all the balls were open. So I didn't even think about, like you're saying, as that 4 is blocking the 8, because in my mind, first thing I'm thinking is that ball in hand, all my balls are open, I'm going to get out. So I'm just looking at what's the best route to go to get out. That 4-ball is my only problem ball. So Marty gives up ball in hand here. He's left in a bad spot. He's going to take a 3-0 lead.
To the table with a ball in hand on the 8 to get a 3-0 lead. That's big.
And it's going to be Marty or Pete's break, right?
Yeah, it is.
I mean, all 3 games so far have been close all the way to the end, and then it's just like a mistake at the end that, unfortunately, at this spot, Marty has made that last mistake. that's ended up costing him the games. And it could easily flip the other way. It could easily be Pete making that last mistake and Marty being up 3-0. So it's
Yeah,
funny how some of these matches can be, they can be closer than what the score represents.
absolutely. Because I mean, just one thing different, and the outcome changes. Because literally, if Marty would have just played a safety on that board, then it could have easily went his way from there. He was just unlucky to bring that board ball back 2 rails and then right back to that spot.
Yep. Yeah, I think going back on it, I mean, that's one of those things. Like if there was a coaching opportunity there, it would be, Pete's ball was in a bad spot right here. So with ball in hand, that was the perfect time to start with the 4. It doesn't matter if you open the 8 up. You got a bunch of open balls. And if you get into trouble, then Pete's ball's in a bad spot. So you have all kinds of safe opportunities. But running all those soldiers down and then leaving the 1 ball left, enabled Pete to fire at something and got good cover and ended up getting the game because of it. 3, 6,
Yeah,
7,
Pete's doing the things he needs to do. I mean, they're not the prettiest of wins, but in any match, it doesn't ask if the win was pretty or not. It just asks win or loss. That's it.
Yeah.
Hell, I don't know anybody that
remember-
would take an ugly win anyway. I mean, I'll take them all day long.
There was a tournament I played in not too long ago that after I won, I looked over at somebody that was watching. And I said, "Good thing it doesn't have to be pretty. It was ugly, but it was a win."
Yeah, and that's
They choose
the
the
most
solids
important
here.
part.
Man, I like the choice of solids, but mostly because he didn't have like a good route for all the stripes.
Yeah.
His
Curious
solids
if
offered something new, but
he ran over a pile of kittens on the way here or what. He has no
Right.
love. I mean, scratch,
Yeah, he made a good
and
shot
now he
there.
makes a great shot there to go rail first into the 1 and ties up the 6. It's like, man, something's got to give here. This is where that one big shot or one nice safety or something can change the tide. Get the momentum. The pool is very momentum driven, so doing something like that could easily switch everything good to where for Marty, and then Pete would be struggling. But until that happened, Pete's just gonna ride the wave here.
Pete's going for this 15 ball. A little surprised. I would have probably tried cutting the 9 in.
Yeah,
He left Marty a shot, but it's one of those things where it's another little bit of unfortunate circumstances. He only left him a shot on the 1. He left him pretty straight in.
well, I think he can see the 4 ball.
anything really. Can he see the 4?
I believe he can. And I think if he can, that would be the one to start with. Yeah, I would definitely start right there.
I don't think he could see it to make it, though. I mean, he could see it to hit it.
See?
Yeah. That was the problem with that 1 ball is he had a shot, but he didn't have a good shot to be able to. He had a shot for a ball to pocket. He just didn't have a good shot to be able to get shape.
I'm gonna have to go out there and check Marty's rig, see if he's got any fur stuck in his tires.
Yeah, make sure his brake lines aren't cut or something.
Because normally he does a lot better than this. I think he just. Ooh, man, he almost made that work into a good hit.
Yeah.
It's pretty tough. So I don't know.
Well,
did you see the announcements on the Yakima Pool Tournaments page today?
I seen something you posted about the hotel venue that's gonna Comfort Inn. It looks like that's gonna allow some discounts for pool tournaments.
Yeah. So they partnered up with.
Hold on, real quick. I absolutely hate starting with this 9 ball.
Yeah, I do too. Especially.
I mean, that was difficult, but these balls right here are the most difficult to get shape on, and then the 12.
Yeah.
So he should have started with this route here. He's kind of taking low-hanging fruit right now, the easy shots, and then going to leave himself a bunch of hard shots when he had the ball in hand to be able to put himself in good position for those balls.
Yeah, but
anyways,
in his defense, Marty hasn't been showing him anything, so he can take these chances. But yeah, definitely those would have been better starters.
Very true. But yeah, so I seen the hotel discounts. That's pretty
Yeah.
cool.
So what
So
it
is that
is
for any
that
of your bigger tournaments?
yeah. So any of the bigger ones that are going to be weekend tournaments, any traveler coming in, or I guess you don't even have to be a traveler if you want to be a local person to go spend the night in a hotel. You could. You can call them and book it, or I believe you can do it on the website as well. But definitely can just show up there and let them know that you're with the Dutch, and you will qualify. You will get the promo for the big discount price. Um, I don't know the exact percent because they have varying pricing based on different things that are happening that weekend or whatever. But the general manager did tell me that no matter what they got going on and pricing for that weekend, we would still get the discounted price no matter what. So
Nice.
basically, anytime there's going to be a big weekend tournament, I will give them a heads up so they can put that promo going that weekend, and then I will advertise it with the tournaments.
Yeah, I mean,
One of my favorite
even if I'm not traveling from out of town, I might even consider it too, just because of the 24-hour pool and hot tub.
Exactly. Those things are nice. Most hotels, they shut that stuff down at 10 p.m. And, tournaments, you're typically there till late night, Saturday night and Friday night or whatever. And so then you don't even get a shot at those. But then the Comfort Suites, it's 24 hours a day. So even if you got out of here at, say, midnight or whatever, you could go soak in the hot tub for a half hour before bed if you wanted to. You could do that. And then they also serve breakfast. So another bonus.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, long Saturday. It'd be nice to be able to go sit in go swim a little bit in a pool and sit in a hot tub a little bit before bed.
Yeah, definitely. Wind down and get relaxed and fall right asleep. Get a good night's sleep. But yeah,
He
so I'll
was
start
a pretty quick work of these balls, but he just missed that 11 ball, and he kind of shot it fast because I think he was bridged up, kind of treetopped a little bit. He wouldn't have liked his next shot even if he made it. So gives Marty another chance here. I think if he shoots his 2 and kind of rolls forward, lets the cue ball come off the rail and come out here a little bit.
Yeah, I'm playing the 5.
Has a good chance to run some balls. Oh no! Whoa!
Good thing that 2 ball didn't fall, huh? Because he would have followed it right in. But yeah, like Kelly says in the chat there, he said, I think Marty ran over someone's dog over on his way to the Dutch. I was kind of thinking the same. So I was thinking cats, but maybe he got them all.
Yeah. Right.
Uh-oh.
And there's a big unforced error by Pete. So
big opportunity here. You start with the 5 ball?
Let me look here. I'd probably start with I don't know if I'd start with the 7. I'd probably start with the 2-5.
Oh my goodness.
Does he have a combo here for the 2 ball?
I think Marty's just in that zone where he's just rushing out.
Yeah, does the 6 go on the side?
It does, but it's not going to be the easiest of shots. And the cue ball is going to be running towards, and with his luck, the cue ball would probably just run down there perfect.
I think if he shot this with center ball and just punched it, I mean, he would probably come off and come out like this, that direction.
So if he even knew what a punch shot was, his bar would be at least 514. He just needs to slow himself down a little bit. He's getting a little carried away, and
oh, good shot.
But,
yeah.
I don't want to say that's commentator curse, but I'm pretty sure I said with his luck that ball would straighten right out and go to the corner. Sure enough, because he made a really nice shot on that 6. It went right by the 11, just barely enough, and it went in perfect. Yeah, looks like Pete sees your drawing there.
Put some low right on this. Doesn't have to punch it hard.
Well, he's right on your line.
See, and this is one of those punch shots. If he hits this center ball hard, he can come right off and scratch too. Oh, hit it good. Nice smooth shot.
Yeah,
Another one of those spots where Marty took his time. I mean, Marty's been taking his time looking at things, but then he gets down and he shoots fast. So that was one of those spots where Marty took his time, but it had that, without doing a punch shot or something, it was always going to be traveling towards that pocket. And I think he knew it, but he didn't really have a whole lot of choices there.
Yeah, he definitely needs to just pace himself a little better. Allow himself just a second to think, because he's really just firing and he's not looking at anything, and so his cue ball ends up in funky spots that make things very difficult for him. So I'm probably going to give you a call.
See, that's one of those things where, you could always look at the mistake on the 6 ball, but it all started when he had ball in hand. He started with the 7 ball.
Yeah.
And then he kind of shot it fast and put himself into that spot, and I would have started probably with the balls down on this end of the table down here.
Yep.
And took care of those, and then the 6-7 was always going to be fairly easy based off these set of balls, but got to reset down 4-0. It's not too late. Like I said, Marty's been in every single game. It's a matter of finding a way to finish. Makes the ball. Pretty
made a couple
good
of balls. He didn't scratch. Man, maybe the tide has turned.
It's a pretty good break.
Based
off how the balls are. Yeah, based off how the balls are sitting, I would probably want solids myself. But does he really have an easy starting shot for solids? The 2 balls by the side pocket there, but I think the 14 ball is probably his easiest opening shot.
Well, I think if he wanted solids, he could fire that 2 down in the corner, and then probably.
If he could, that's what I would do, just because all the solids that are out there are pretty manageable without having to force a lot of shape. But if he shoots that 2 straight in down here and brings the cue ball down in this direction for the 6, yeah, and he's got a good table here. See, when he gets down, he shoots it fast, and that's...
he doesn't practice stroke at all. He just gets down and goes.
That was a good chance for Marty there, so now Pete's going to have a chance to
that would have been
start
okay
with the
too
7
for
ball.
shape. That shape would have been fine too, because he could have played that 1 ball next.
Yep. So I'm one of these guys that if I see a suit of balls that's better than the rest by like a large margin, then I want to start with as easy of a shot as possible to secure that group of balls.
Yeah.
I feel like the 7's that ball right now. Make that ball, and then you should be good.
He could easily bump this forward and make it ugly. Well, he played it good, but...
Yeah, he wanted to have a little bit lower on the cue ball to probably punch over into the 14.
Yeah, I think, though, in this situation, you almost got to shoot the 5 and just play down to the 2.
Yeah.
Because I think if you could roll forward into this area, you have the option as a 1 also in the side. But back cutting that cue ball is running wild. Yeah, that'd be optimal right there. Just get stopped by the 10 ball. Well, that would have worked.
Well, he put Marty in a funny spot. Marty's got that 14 and then the 12.
This could be what Marty needs, is start in a funny spot. Don't give himself anything easy.
Yeah, because a lot of those other spots might just be Marty overthinking it,
Yeah.
Under a little bit of pressure and can't make his mind up on what to do, and then he just kind of fires at something without being fully committed to it.
This position here, clearly you see he's stopping, he's thinking. Yeah, shot that fast.
But I don't watch Marty play a ton. Haven't played against him or with him a whole lot. Is that pretty standard as far as how he typically shoots? Because if that's how he's normally shooting, then it might be for the best, to make sure he doesn't get himself out of his standard rhythm.
Yeah, he does shoot fairly fast, like that. Even normal, like league play and stuff.
I would just like to see him do some practice strokes in there, because if if you don't get down and get your hand set in a good spot and get in alignment right away, that quick stroke and shoot is gonna be a miss almost every time. At
Yeah,
least those
because I mean,
practice strokes will show
if you
you if
don't,
you're not in alignment.
yeah, if you don't jump down and be spot on, you will miss. Yeah, I mean, literally, he just took his time just a little bit more. He could, actually play pretty well.
Yeah.
He has a pretty decent idea of what he's trying to do.
Yeah. That's not too bad.
He gives up a chance to do it. Just fires.
Play this 9 without hitting it too hard, and he can bump the 13 this direction.
Yeah.
No, not too hard though. That's the problem, is it kind of moves that 13 into a bad spot. I don't know really if he has much other than the 14 ball.
Yeah, it looks like all he's got, really.
I don't know if he can bank it, cut it.
So I
Play
hung
safety.
the,
I mean, if he could play the cue ball down into this area,
Yeah, I just don't know that he plays safety.
Oh, he drills it. What a great shot. No love, though.
That's another one. He just looked and looked and looked, and he goes, "Yeah, I'm gonna play that 14 over there." And then dropped out and fired it. Not one practice stroke or nothing, but he drilled it.
Yeah. He's in a bad spot now, though.
Yeah, I don't know that.
And what makes it worse is that all of Pete's balls are in pretty decent spots. If he could get this 13 passed and be where the 5 is, kind of blocking that 1.
Yeah, that could help. I mean, anything will help. When you move it out of the way.
Yeah. Well, at least, with doing what he just did there, at least his balls aren't in completely horrible spots.
Yeah, if he gets another chance, it may be just what he needed, and then get an opportunity to do that. But yeah, so it was smart of him to move that out.
Yeah, Pete's treetop, so this isn't easy. He's just, gonna have to shoot into it. Marty's got a little combo.
Yeah, and if he doesn't blast this, he should lay up or a shot on that last one, the 10 ball.
Yep, and it looks like the 8 passes the 2 to come over here, so if he can find himself with a shot on that 10 afterwards, he could be out.
So he actually hit that at a decent speed, did not make that 10 go somewhere funny, but he didn't control the cue ball. And yeah, that's what he's looking at now. We'll see. Does he practice stroke or does he pick a spot and just hammer?
That's more the angle there, probably. Looks like it's hard to tell, but it looks like he's aiming short. They use some English. Yeah. Well, Pete's got some work to do.
He does.
Does he start with the 5 ball?
Yeah, exactly. I picked up the plaque today for the King and Queen of the Valley tournaments.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I hung it up on the wall. It ended up being bigger than I originally had thought, but it looks good. It's got a real 8 ball and a real 10 ball on it.
Yeah. This is a mistake here. He needs to be starting with this 5 ball.
Absolutely.
We'll see if that 5 ends up being the problem here, if he gets to it from the 4. I think he was trying. He just didn't he doesn't get on the bottom half of that cue ball very often, does he?
Nah. Ugh.
Well, this is one of those, should be a sellout shot if he doesn't make it. If he makes it, it'd probably be good. left Marty a shot. Marty just got to make sure and be aware of this scratch angle that's here. He wants to stay away from that. He can't just hit center ball or center high. Oh, there you go. Well, he's giving himself another shot. Yet again, Marty's at the 8 ball at the end of the rack.
Yeah, and you know, he really needs to make this one. Oh no!
You know, he missed it. I would like to have seen him shoot it a little softer, you know, but at the same time, he shot it with conviction and left Pete in a bad spot. The problem is, if Pete misses this bank here, then Marty might not have himself a good shot either. He might have to be forced with a bank himself or safety.
Yeah, so you cut this into 6 right there. You're gonna have to really use a lot of English to get that cue ball around. But you don't want to just slow roll it in and set up for something ridiculous.
Oh, he drills it.
Well, it's not quite the angle I would have played, but he does have a shot, and he made some thin cuts earlier, so he's definitely capable of it. Yep. He will come straight down the center of the table and back out towards the middle, maybe. That kind of a speed. Oh.
Okay. Marty has to make this ball.
Yeah, I think this will be his last opportunity in this game. If he doesn't make this, he is going to win this game. If the cue ball is just going to give Pete natural shot on this 5 ball, so he absolutely needs to make this, and it'll be good for his mental state as well.
There you go. That's a big game. I mean, every game's big, but 4-1 versus 5-0 is. I mean, he's in that territory where every game's going to be a big difference.
Yeah, that's true.
So I got to ask Rich. I haven't been on for a while, and I know. I see the background here. I see the sponsorship banner, it looks like. And I know the EvoSports in the top left. I obviously know the Dutch, Budweiser. But Screen FX, I know Screen FX. It's been there for a while. And then obviously Volution Fitness. But the two on the top right, are those newer sponsors? And Bud Light, of course. But are the two on the right, ACH and PNW Design Fab, are those newer sponsors since I was commentating?
They are newer ones. So the ACH is actually owned by Robert Arredondo, who played last week.
Oh, gotcha.
He lost to Matt Mitchell. But then his first match, he played Devin and won that one. But that's his business. And then the PNW one, the owner was in here one night. He liked to play pool and stuff, but he's seen those and asked, how do I get involved with that? So I explained it to him, and then he goes, I want in on that. And so he became a sponsor. And then there's one that's not on there, which is Gary Bradley Trucking, which you see scrolling through in the box there. That is the trucking outfit that Devin's mother owns. And
gotcha.
She wanted to be a sponsor as well. And so she got on board. And we are in the process of getting a new banner made. And so Gary Bradley Trucking will also have their thing on there. And ACH and the PNW Design Fab, those are both stickers I had made that went over the Dutch Diamond League logo and the VFS logo that I had on there as basically fillers. Gotcha. So the new one will have everybody on there. And Budweiser and Bud Light are on there because Budweiser, they graciously made the banner for us.
Gotcha. So Marty got on the board. That was a big game. Looks like he's starting with stripes here. Made that first shot, but looks like everything's kind of difficult with this rack. It's probably going to be a pretty long rack. Doesn't really have any good shots here. Maybe that 15 ball into this top right corner. Or top right corner. I don't know if you can see that to make it.
Well, don't blink. He's about to shoot.
This is one of those spots where I would talk to my opponent, do whatever, and move this rack. I cannot stand shooting over the rack.
Yeah, it's one thing to hit a ball that might be sitting on it or near it, but the cue ball, that's definitely, because, if that changes anything about your shot right in the beginning, then it will not turn out the way you're wanting it to.
Yep.
Oh, looks like he was playing that combo, similar to the one he made earlier.
Well, the one good thing that Pete has going for him is Pete's toughest ball is the 2 and the 3, and he's on the 3 right now, and he's got that 5 ball that can give him shape to the 2. I think he has to start with this 3 ball right now.
Yeah.
If he can make the 6 without clipping that 12 right here, that'd be my next shot. Does the 3 go past the 11 in the side?
It might if you play it off the 11. I don't know that it goes straight in. Well, actually, I'm sitting right in line with it, and yeah, he definitely would have to play it off the 11.
Yeah, I think he was right on that 3 ball. That was his easiest shot, I think.
Yeah, I think I would
And that's a tough ball to get cheap to. Yeah. Like, take care of those problems while you can. But, yet again, Marty doesn't have the best of shots. He's got that 14 down in the corner. I don't think it passes the 1 to the side, but I'm pretty sure he can shoot it to here.
Yeah, but I have a feeling he's looking at that 15 in that same pocket. Well, looks like he eyeballed the 14 there for just a second. Now switch back to the 15. Fired it in.
I just like shooting that 14 because he was right on it, and it kind of separates these 2 balls, which were problems,
Yeah, because it's definitely, they're both issues now.
Now he's got the 13 down in this bottom left. So what's the next BFS you have set up?
The next one is between Jim Weaver, the owner of the Dutch, and Jeff Wilkins. That one is actually next Tuesday.
That was a rescheduled in because that was supposed to be a few weeks ago, right?
Yeah, that was going to be on a Saturday night, but Jim had like grandkids or some sort of family thing going on, so we changed it. But yeah, that'll be a good one too because they're basically family. But so aside from the money part of it, the bragging rights are what's going to be most important.
Oh, got the 1 ball. Without getting to this bottom half of the table here, those 3 balls are going to be tough. So,
well, Matt tells us in the chat there the quality of the video is great. I appreciate the heads up on that. I know last time towards the end there it started like lagging or doing something weird. Hopefully that won't be the case today. Well, Michelle, I don't know when Matt and JC are going to play. I got a few others I got to get lined up. I think JC's played the most. He's played 5. The lefties versus righties, I believe, was number 5. So I may need to put him on ice.
Has JC lost any?
No.
We need to find someone to beat that boy.
One thing that we were joking about on the lefty versus righty one was Kelly was basically saying, if you can't beat him, join him.
That's true. Well, Marty's got a chance here. I don't know if he can see the 13 or if he's going to try the combo. The 10 ball cuts.
Oh, well, Kelly's
and he doesn't have to worry too much about shape.
Matt's hot on his heels, having played 4. Yeah, I can see that, Kelly. He played the husband-wife one, and then he played the singles against John after that, and then the 2 against JC, and then you play Matt. So
roll that ball in.
Michael from Goldendale, he's wanting to do another one, and Brian from Moses Lake is wanting to do another one. And him and Neppy are supposed to be doing. Neppy's just got to give me a time frame when it works for him, and that's going to be a bigger money one. But that's in the works. So And I don't know if I ever mentioned it to you, Josh. I've been kind of thinking about doing one that's like a Scotch triples teams.
Well,
Just figure out what kind of team cap or whatever we want to do, and then do
nice
that. That
shot, Marty.
would be an interesting thing to see. I think.
Yep, Marty's in the middle of a pretty good out here. Just got to sink this 12. It's pretty natural shape to the 8. Oh, he fired it in. Got it on the other side of the table. But he shot that one kind of fast. So he's left in a tough spot. I mean, right here, you almost have to back cut this ball,
Yeah,
right?
I was just gonna say that you almost have to play that aside because it's definitely a scratch. Come on, Marty. This is a big one.
He's playing in the corner. Oh, he's playing inside.
Ooh, nice.
There you go.
He's rolling determined.
There you go. He's got 2, and he's getting going, folks.
Yeah, he's getting himself motivated, all fired up.
And you know, the thing is, the last 2 games were identical to the first 4, with the exception of that last little mistake that he made in those first 4. He didn't make at the end of these 2.
Yeah,
so that just shows you how close these games can be. You know, these matches.
In those first few games, like that 8-ball shot he just did, it would have caught the point and came out and gave Pete another chance, and then he'd get the win. But in this case, he's getting a little better there, and he made it. That game, it's big for him. He can build a confidence builder.
Yeah, that's good. These are the kind of matches I like seeing because, I mean, it kind of sucks because I don't really have either one of them I can root for or root against. They're both such nice guys. It's like I want to see them both win, and I don't want to see either one of them lose, but one of them has to.
Kelly, I don't have a boom button. I just have, looking at him here, I have a applause button and the cash register, the cha-ching. But I'll give Marty an applause.
I gave him a cha-ching, you gave him an applause.
Yeah.
That's a new feature since I was commentating.
Yeah, those little sound effects ones are new. I was asking in our the EvoSports commentators chat group about maybe in the future being able to go in on a match that was already streamed with no commentary and then go back and add commentary. So, and I use Stan Tarango as an example, like say there was a stream match of him and, he did his thing where he just shot lights out or whatever. And then he could go back in later and add commentary. And then you'd be getting commentary from the shooter's point of view. Oh, I shot this shot because of this, and I wanted to do that. So you kind of understand how he's thinking.
Yeah.
And they said that, it's doable.
The fun part about something like that would be like, so when we were over at the Don Weir Memorial, Tonto and I were sitting there watching one of his matches.
Yeah.
And he was playing a guy named Jeff Beckley.
Yeah.
A guy that's the 720 Fargo from Indiana, really strong player. And Stan beat him like 7-4, 7-5, something like that. But the last out that Stan had, he had this crazy good out, and the guy had left him this kind of played a safety, and Stan had this really funky shot on the 2. Didn't really have much of a shot. And I see him walking around the table looking at all these different spots, and he fires at this 2-6 combo, which it was off center, it's kind of funky, and he just drills it. The cue ball comes 2 rails down, and the 2 ball comes 3 rails around the table and comes out to where it leaves him a shot on the 2. And then he runs out to finish the match. And everybody's like, wow, and Stan comes walking over, and I was like, wow, nice shot. He gives me a fist bump, and he's like, yeah, that Jeff's tough, man. He goes, I didn't want to lose that match. And I said, man, that was a great shot you did on the 2-6 combo. I said, did you come around? Did you play that cue ball 2 rails around to be able to have shape where the 2 ball was coming? He goes, F no, I just winged it. I was just hoping I got a shot. And we started laughing. And he chuckled, and I was like, you're supposed to own it. He goes, well, I didn't plan it. I was just hoping I'd come out with something good, but I thought I might. But, everybody that was sitting there watching the match were just in wow of Stan because of how great of a shot with shape that he played.
Yeah.
And it wasn't until afterwards that he was like, nope, I was winging it. I didn't plan none of that. That's the kind of stuff that I want to see in a stream match like that he can go in afterwards and help commentate with somebody to explain his train of thought and explain those kinds of things, because
Yeah,
in the
that
moment
that could
I'm just sitting
be
there going, man, how did he plan that?
exactly, that could be real insightful for everybody who will watch it, and hearing him commentate his point of view as it's happening and what he was thinking and why he thought this and why he did that. I mean, it could be something a lot of people could learn something from.
Yeah.
So it'd be kind of a cool feature to have. I mean, I'll just keep working on those guys and see if they can't produce that.
Yep. So this break here made some balls, but wasn't the best of tables. Everything was clustered up down here on the racking end. Not sure if Pete was trying to carry him, because I thought he called the 4 ball, so I didn't know if he was trying to carry him off his ball down to make the 4. But he clipped in, opened up that pack, and kind of left Marty with no shot. So Marty's only got a safety from here. I don't know if he can even do it, but if he can clip the edge of this ball and just send the cue ball up table this way.
Yeah, I actually think he can see that 15.
Yeah, but I mean, do you really want to go for this?
Yeah, that's just it. What he called the bank. I'm thinking to myself, why? Just bump it and leave the cue ball down there.
Well, he got pretty fortunate with where the 15 ball ended. 7 ball still in a funky spot.
Yeah, but why let him come to the table with a chance? Make him have to.
Yeah, being able to see that 15, he could have easily just bumped the 15 out here and left the cue ball down here and left no chances. Helping set up one of his balls. Yeah, went for a shot there. Not sure if he had the 5 from there. But it doesn't look like Marty has much of a shot. The only offensive shot Marty has is to try to cut this ball in here. But I don't think you really gain anything from that. I mean, in a perfect world, it'd be nice to combo this ball in, have the cue ball come off out here, or the 15 ball come off out here, and just leave the cue ball on this end rail. Because right now he's not in a favored position on the table, so pocketing balls isn't really going to help a whole lot.
Especially pocketing that one.
Yeah, and Pete's got a lot of work here, so I mean, getting out here isn't going to be the easiest. The 7 ball's in a tough spot. I don't know if the 7 passes the 8 to come up here. If it does, I would think about playing that and even running into the 8, letting the 8 drift up table here, and then play the 5 off this rail, the 4 in. That 4 will come off and open it up. But I definitely wouldn't play the 3 ball. This is only like backup ball for anything.
Exactly. Start with something else, and then if it doesn't work out where you got great shape, you have the 3 to help bail you out. And now you just took that away. That's one thing you see oftentimes too. People have ball in hand and they'll shoot a ball that's out in the open. It's like, why? Unless they're all out in the open, why are you shooting one that's out in the open? You got problems. Address the problems.
And right there, it looked like he played the 3, and then he come around to see if he had shape on the 5 to play the 5, and then he kind of shrugged his shoulders like he came off too far. But at the same time, it's like you had ball in hand. That was the time where you could place your cue ball right here and play the 5. You didn't have to try to play shape to it.
Yeah.
Especially I'm very big when there's these kinds of racks that are really tough. Then leave this as a bailout ball. The 3 ball down here was his bailout ball. It's his plan B. If he's not getting what he needs on this end, he always has that ball to shoot at. Marty just made a really good bank shot.
He did, and another unfortunate setup, but I don't know if you can see that 11, because you can't really shoot this at the side because the double hit is on.
I'd rather him cut this 12 ball in and pocket the 4.
See, now this. Yeah. But I wasn't asked to watch it, so can't make a call on it.
Yeah.
So looking at the chat there, following along with everybody talking about matches, it does look like JC and Kelly have done the most, and Matt's out on their heels. You know, one match I'd really like to see, and I think not only would a lot of people come to watch it, but then the stream would be loaded too. Kathy and Dora.
Oh, yeah, for sure. That was a pretty good shot right there.
I just
Fired
like
at it, but
just because they're both smart players and they both can play and know how to draw the ball and play safeties and do everything like that. So I think it'd just be really entertaining.
Yeah, this is one of those spots where Marty needs to figure something out for this right here.
Yeah, that's a big problem.
Because right now Pete has the advantage because he can make that combo. Seven's in a bad spot, but his balls have the advantage because of this. Marty needs to figure out a way to change that. Even if he, called a safety here and played this with like some low left and drew over this way and hit in here. But he called the bank. Very similar to what I was thinking, but I was thinking more like a safety with less speed and drawing down and trying to pocket the 4 and get behind the 5 and everything.
That's pretty good banks there. That's 2 of them now from Marty, where he just dropped down and fired them in, and they both went in.
Yeah.
But then he misses that one. But yeah, that's the same guy.
Well, like you're saying, you'd like to see Kathy and Dora play one of these BFSs. What would it take to make that happen?
Matt Mitchell, Kathy, and who? Dora. If you don't know who Dora is, you should have her whoop your ass. Then you'll know her. She plays good, man.
Yeah, Kathy and Dora would be a good one. They both play really strong.
And
they both play both sides of the game. They both play, they have the offensive side. They both play the defensive side. They're not singular focused, so it'd be a good match.
Yeah, I mean, we've only had, I think, 2 women matches. One was Chelsea and Janice. And that one was pretty decent, but Chelsea was on fire. And then the one before that, our very first one, was Amy and Crystal.
Yeah.
And both of them were nervous as hell. It was pretty funny to watch, but I tell you what, they both did really well in that. It was a very, very entertaining match.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh, hell, too, if I'm not mistaken.
Well, what's he trying to do here? Pocket that ball.
See, right here, I'm not opposed to just comboing that 4 in. Don't try to follow it and don't do anything. Just pocket that ball and take it.
Yep. Yeah, because if you pocket that and pocket the 15, then what? Yeah, see, he was wanting to make that, but then what? He has nothing.
Yeah, and playing that combo, I would have just stunned that cue ball so he doesn't get underneath the 5 back just to give him a shot up table. But really, he would only need to roll up into like here to have a nice cut on that 7 with a natural breakout angle.
Yep. Yes, Chelsea played Murray as well. Played 3 matches.
Oh, that's right.
Haley and Christina.
Oh, man. Where's my brain at? Oh, yeah, my short-term memory's trash.
Well, what Marty got lucky with here is that when Pete missed the 5 didn't stay down here when it came down.
Yeah.
So Marty's actually got a shot. If he uses some left English.
That ball goes. So, yeah, if he spin loaded it over there, he could get there. But I don't know if he's a spin loader. So, I don't recall Cherish ever playing.
This is one that he needs to not fire at this. He'd be better suited just to roll into it nice and soft, or do what he just did, probably.
Yeah, I mean that's not terrible to just try to, Pete needs to start with a 7 here and get that breakout. There you go. I'm telling you, man, he must be watching everything you draw because he's like right in there with you.
He's got a headset. Come on.
He's got an earpiece in. Oh, yeah. He hit that at a great speed. That was perfect. A lot of people, they think, when they go to do a breakout, they got to power it in there. The reality is you don't. Just got to hit them enough to separate them. And that, he gave himself a nice natural angle here.
Shot it fast and missed it and gave Marty another chance here.
Yeah, so now Marty needs to play this at the speed where the cue ball goes across and comes out. He could stay over here too, it could be fine, but if he wants to shoot it inside. Okay, corner it is. But, that's not a bad angle. And if he were to miss, he would have a tough shot here.
Yeah, the cue ball will end up down in this area probably, and Pete won't have much of a shot. Oh, no. Oh, so hard. Slowly becoming a match.
It is. This is what, this is the kind of stuff I hope for when I put these matches together. Just some sort of hard fought match where both players are, it's not just a runaway. But yeah, I think a Kathy Dora match would be a good one. I think that would be entertaining. I could really promote that, and people would watch that for sure. They'd come to watch it and tune in on the streams.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
another one I think would be good
Huh.
is if you got the two big dogs in Yakima, the two highest Fargos in Yakima, Poncho and Sunny Red Thunder that just moved to town not too long ago.
Yeah,
to get them into a decent match, like 1,000 in the middle, something like that, or even like 800 in the middle. Have them play a really good, 10-ball match even.
Yeah, give them, like at least a minimum of 250 each, so 500 in the minimum, and then they play a longer race of rotation, 10-ball for sure, with 3 fouls and everything.
Yep.
Yeah, that would definitely be entertaining.
Pocketed some balls, but really clustered break here. This is just me thinking right away that I'd want to just roll this 15 in, leave my cue ball right in this area, and then cut the 14 in here and come over and break this out.
Yeah, that'd be ideal.
Because then I have these balls to still shoot out after.
Well, he just took away that shot by tree topping or sticking to the floor. So now he have to play the 9-ball.
Yeah, and the problem if you break it out from this 9-ball or try to force anything, then it's going to be harder because you don't have as much angle, and you're going to push things.
And you're pushing the solids all in there too. Yeah.
Yeah. So I think you just got to pass on that. Either pocket the ball or don't go for a breakout from there.
See, on this one, do you shoot the 11 in or do you play the combo?
I'd play the combo.
I would too, just because 13's a trouble ball. And you can park it up there. And I'd not be playing shape for the 14 next too.
Yeah, try to get the cue ball up in this area so that you can play that same shot we were talking about.
Yeah.
He might not be looking at that though. Might just be.
See, right here, he's perfect. Right here, he can go after that. He can get that breakout, and that 13 would bail him out if it didn't lay out right. But,
seeing what's going on here is like that last rack, he's shooting balls in that are all the easy balls and leaving himself all the hard balls last. If these don't come out real good, then it's going to be funky,
Well, Matt, Nate Carlson versus Buck. Buck had told me before that he would want to do one against Willie Wong. But I do have an issue with that match. I won't get into it on the air, but I don't see that one happening. Yeah, and that's another factor, Kelly. The Fargos are kind of far away. I do want to see a Scotch triples one, though. I think I'd like that.
Yeah.
I think there'd be.
You know, I mean, Nate isn't playing a ton of pool right now, I don't think. But if he was, I'm not sure Buck or Willie would be able to keep up with Nate.
No, because once he got rolling, he'd finish him off pretty good. But we'll see how well he's playing because he's in the King of the Valley.
Oh, nice, good.
Yeah, he signed up for that. I think we're going to lose Lonnie off that list since he's flying out Sunday to go to work in Hawaii. So we'll probably lose him, and I don't know if we're going to be losing Delmer or not because I know he just bought a boat. So he told me he was going to be doing a bunch of fishing.
Yeah.
So
I'll ask him.
We're sitting at 21 players for that right now, so losing those two. But you know, I meant to ask like Manuel and Kuko last night when we seen them over at Players, and I completely spaced it off.
Yeah,
I wouldn't mind getting some more representation from the Lower Valley in the King of the Valley tournament. But I know 10 ball is not the most popular, but.
Yeah, and they'd be two good ones to represent. I mean, they're probably two of the strongest from the valley for sure. Definitely. I mean,
definitely
both of them. Manual.
Yeah, that guy is pretty steady always.
Yeah, so I mean, it's too bad for the King of the Valley. Poncho's playing again, though, right?
Yeah, Poncho's playing. He's got to defend his title. And I see Rodney asking in the chat there, when is that? That is next weekend. Not this coming one, but the one after. So that's August, 22nd, 23rd, 24th. And yes, your name is on that list, Rodney.
You took me off, right?
I have to double check, but I think I did.
Yeah, it's too bad. Too bad I had to get moved to that weekend. I've been talking a lot of smack to Poncho about beating him this year after he put a whooping on me in the hot seat and the finals of last year's.
Yeah. You know, but the new thing this year is the addition of a jacket. So Jim mentioned to me, he goes, hey, we could do jackets too. So not only will you win a chunk of money and get your name added to the plaque, but you get the very first King of the Valley jacket.
Oh, yeah.
You know, for some people that doesn't mean nothing, but to others it does. And having that one-of-a-kind jacket, at least until next year anyway, you know, you strut around with it.
Yeah, for sure.
Being a rotation game, you definitely would have earned it.
Yeah, like I figured this game would take a while with how that break was. It was all clustered up in the center. Marty's slowly getting a table that's better in his favor. That 2 ball is really his only problem. He's got plenty of balls to shoot to try to get to it.
Yeah, it looks like too that Marty's kind of slowed down a little bit here. Even he's not just jumping down and firing right away. He's kind of thinking a little bit, but he's trying to.
Yeah, see, and I think what some of that probably is, you know, right away it's a little bit of the first game jitters and stuff, and then being down and some of the nerves just kind of coming out through shooting fast and frustration, and then I think he's kind of slowed down a little bit. I don't like this shot with that 8 ball there. Oh, okay, good. I thought it was going to be a lot tighter.
You know, that shows you that he's thinking because he realized that 2 ball was a problem, and he just tried to give it a bump. And yes, Kelly, there is a side pot. I believe it's $25. I can't. My eyesight's terrible, so I can't see the flyer from here. But if I remember right, it's a $75 entry and a $25 optional side pot. But on a full field, I believe it's like $1,200 or more for first place.
Nice.
And the jacket and then the name on the plaque.
Well, Marty missed that ball, but he didn't really leave Pete with a decent opportunity here.
Yeah,
Unless
this would be the play right here.
Yeah, but it looks like he might be going for the bank shot here, trying to bank this ball and break out his 11 or his 9.
I was just about to say, well, he's going to be playing that angle into the combo anyway, especially if you're going to bank. But, Marty's got a good starting shot here with the 7 in the side.
Yeah, the problem is that 2's still messed up, and the 5's in a bad spot now with that 9 getting moved over, blocking that pocket, and the 10 making it tough to get to it. So,
yeah, he's going to have to leave himself. Well, he did all right. He got himself an angle. I was going to say, he just can't roll up your streak. So, Kelly, the Queen of the Valley does not have very many players, and I'm giving it until tomorrow night. So when I start league tomorrow night, if we don't have at least half the field, then it's going to end up having to cancel, which is unfortunate. And then if I do cancel it, then the Friday night blind draw will happen, and the Saturday 10 ball and the Sunday 9 ball. Those 3 will happen in its place.
well, Marty, if you could combo this 9 ball in and get safe, that would be pretty spectacular.
Well,
I think it'd be tough to do with that angle.
I think you could play rail 9. Wow.
Ooh, man, that was a good attempt.
But, that was actually smart.
Yeah. And he hit it soft, too. He didn't just fire at it, so.
Right.
It's good.
I didn't think Marty had that shot in him.
Man of many talents.
So, I know you guys are all aware that the Dutch has full merchandise in their cabinets over there. And we put in another large order of stuff, and that should be here tomorrow. So I'll be updating all that on the website and everything. But Predator gloves, some more cues.
So I see Jeff Mee's comment to Kelly. I'm not sure that that's JC's comment to Jeff, or if Jeff's just trying to stir the pot there, but I kind of like the motive there either way. Marty's in a bad spot here. He's got a bank on the 5. That's a pretty good response,
Come
Kelly.
on, think about what you're going to do. That's by
Yeah.
And by back, you mean backside? Oh, my goodness.
That was one of those shots where Marty got down and kind of fired quick again. I think when he's unsure, or if it's like a tester shot, that's his way of just kind of shooting it fast. And
well, that he got the good roll on that one. So maybe some of this tide has turned. The momentum is turning to Marty's side. He's closed the gap to 1 game now, and getting some rolls here and there. Oh, good eye there, Josh. He was following your line for sure.
Yeah, I think if he would have cut that a little thinner to make that 9 ball, then he would have probably scratched in that side pocket. Marty's got a really good angle here. He can come off to here. He can come off to here.
I got a question for you, Kelly. Oh, look at that. Oh, perfect. Man, who is this guy? I gotta ask you a question, Kelly, since you don't use any punctuation. You're telling me your kids are watching me? Are they here? That's why punctuation is important.
Oh, he drills it. Oh, and I was just getting ready to say, I think he's going to bring a couple pockets into play. I didn't realize he was going to bring 3 of them into play.
Yeah, and as it was closing in on that corner, he burst out over here. He's all, oh. But, it turned into a match. No Marty tied it up 4-4 with PPETE.
We're going to take a quick break, 4-4. How quickly the tides have shifted. Let's see if Pete can kind of get things going again.
And Larry just come over here, asked me a question, and I'm like, dude, I'm on the air. Hello. But he means well. He did the Marty dance, Jeff says. Yeah, the old Pee Wee Herman. Yeah, this match is turning into a good one, like I had predicted. I'd hoped for. It didn't look that way to start, but it's definitely developing. Sure is. Marty's adrenaline is still way up there. Oh, looks like he broke dry. So I'm going to guess that Pete will start with this 13. The cue ball's going to come out. Oh, Marty, sorry. Oh, he did make one. I thought he broke dry. So Marty will start there, and the cue ball will come out, preferably in this area. Maybe this 12 goes. Kind of looks like it does, but definitely going to need to, as it's creating a problem here. But apparently he wants solids. Yeah, it's amazing how well he shoots balls in, considering there's no setup. He drops down and then one strokes it in. So yeah, if he were to slow down a little bit, get a decent 3-shot routine, he'd definitely be someone you don't want to give chances to. So the 7 ball
does the 7 ball go?
It does not. It might go rail first, kind of rail ball-ish. Doesn't appear to go clean, but if you're going to shoot that, you need to shoot it now because he's got a perfect angle for it.
If he could make this 2 ball and leave himself a back cut on the 5, that would open it up. But
I don't know that he can cut the 5 from here, but it looks like he can still see the 1 ball.
Well, if he could stun this with like some low right and come off this direction, then he could still get to the 5. No.
So Oliver says, nice comeback from McFly. Yeah. The good old Back to the Future reference, Marty McFly. The only difference between Marty McFly and this Marty is McFly was cool.
Oh, wow. I didn't even think he'd get that close to that based off what that 11 was.
I can't say that I hate it, considering it still creates a problem with that 9 ball for Pete.
Yeah. Was Pete going to start with the 15 in the corner or 10 in the side?
I would think 15 in the corner and then play that 12 ball next. But, all the pressure's on Pete now because all the momentum switched to Marty.
Yeah.
And there's pressure showing itself. Marty has the 5 ball here. As long as it looks pretty straight, so he could just stop it, draw back a little bit, and he'd have a shot on the 7. Yeah, it's definitely going his way. To see that was the wrong shot, but it definitely came out for him.
Yeah, I don't think he can make the 5 though.
I don't know.
Can he?
I'm not sitting at the best angle. When I look over, it looks like he can see every bit of it. I know it doesn't appear that way in the screen here.
Looks can be deceiving.
Yeah, I guess it is. I guess it can. He's up. He's kicking at it. Look at that, and he's getting a good. You know, Marty's feeling it.
Yeah. I'm not there, so how's their demeanor away from the table?
No, they're about the same. Marty's a little more amped up. He's got a little pep in his step, so the tide's turned, and there's a little bit of a shrug at Pete's shoulders, I think.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not anywhere near making him fold, but at the same time, he was kind of bouncing around early there just because everything was going his way, and now that it's changed, their demeanor has changed, even though just now when it looked, you'd never know who was in the lead or not in here. You wouldn't know how this is unfolded.
I was actually just getting ready to ask who it was, Ruben. That's funny. So I'm curious, is everybody in the chat, everybody that's watching the stream local, or are there anybody from out of town watching this stream right now?
That's funny. Kid, change your profile to the cat's name. That's awesome.
That's a smart shot. And a good execution.
Yes, Michelle, they're both great guys. They absolutely are. That's 100% accurate. And one thing that's worth mentioning about these two guys, no matter how any match they play, tournament, league, you name it, no matter how those are going, good or bad for them, they're both still pleasant. You know what I mean? They're still good sports. They're always going to shake hands. They're going to high five. They're going to, hey, good shooting. They don't cry around, slap their cues down. None of that. And so I can always appreciate that about those guys, seeing them play. They have a lot of respect for the game and their opponent, other players, the bar they're in, all those kind of things. And that's kind of how you want to see it.
See Vic Albertson in the chat from Players Sports Bar up in Kennewick, Washington. Is this Vic or is this Tammy?
That's probably Vic. That'd be my guess. I played Vic last night. He put me out of the tournament.
Yeah, Vic was playing good last night.
He was.
That was a good shot. Like to see him come off, hit a little fuller, but put a little bit of left English on this 11 ball and run into the 8 again. I think he'll go by it if he just hits center ball when he cuts this. I can't tell.
That depends how thick he hits it.
No.
You don't want that because I don't think he can see it now. No, he can't. I'm right in line with that. Yeah, he definitely could. So, kicking the one rail. If he kicks it thin, like this, the cue ball can come over this way. If he hits it fast, it's going to stay in here and give Marty a nice shot and a good opportunity to take the lead. Oh. I definitely would be going that way. Oh, I thought that I was going to come back on the second one, but wrong English. So Marty will get ball in hand, and this is a big opportunity for him to take his first lead of the match. This is big. See, this is another thing I don't like about players. They get ball in hand. Why you put it so close? Give yourself some room.
Yep. Made a good little shot there. Just doesn't want to hit this too hard.
Yeah, there you
but
go.
just wants to take his time and make the ball and take his first lead of the match.
Yeah, that's big, both players right here. But that was smart of Marty. Stop for a second, grab the chalk. Oh,
Yeah. A little bit of nerves, just shooting it kind of fast there.
oh yeah, definitely feeling it.
Got a pretty standard back bank here. Just depends. I mean, he's just got to cinch it and try to come out, even if he comes out to the center of the table, unless he hits it with like a soft bank. But I don't like to hit these soft, as you know.
I know why I didn't mention the Haley Christina one. I think my mind just wanted to forget that one. That was a long night. It was fun, don't get me wrong. And it was great to see those two gals go at it and having a great time. Yeah, it did take a while. All right. So Marty gets another shot there, and this time drills it to take his first lead of the match. And like I said, this is big. That's big on the psyche of both players. So
Yeah, I mean, that's Pete won the first four, so it was 4-0, and now Marty just spun off 5. So shows you how much momentum can play a difference. And every single rack, it comes down to those last ball or two.
Yeah, and he's definitely feeling it. He's walking around here, strutting around. He's doing the old fist pump. He's feeling good. He's not being cocky. Don't take it like that. He's just pretty happy that he's performing. Oh yeah, good one, Crystal. Rand and Whitney. I did forget about that. Now it was actually a really good match. I'll be honest, I didn't have a whole lot of hope for that. I wasn't all that excited about putting that one on, but I tell you what, those girls delivered. Whitney, for being down as far as she was, she gutted it out and managed to pull out the tight win. But the win's a win; doesn't have to be pretty. And that it was entertaining. So good job to both of them.
I think the big thing, Kelly, is finding someone that can handle the ego.
Yeah, I have to agree with that 100%. That's why I don't typically set up
she beats them.
Guy-girl. Yeah, I don't typically look at guy-girl matches for that very reason, because if the girl were to lose, then she could say, "Well, I was supposed to lose," and everybody's gonna like head nod, yeah. But if the guy loses, that'd be a tough one for their ego and the amount of crap that they would get from everybody. And the thing is, there's plenty of women that can hang.
Well, that's just the shitty perception of pool sometimes. I mean, I've played big matches against women that have beat me. I played big matches against women that I beat, and I feel pretty good about it. And at the same time, I've played with Chelsea. I've played with some of these women around here that I could see them winning matches that they deserve to win and not getting the credit for it. It's kind of sad,
Yeah, there was a few years ago when Chelsea debuted in the Queen Bee tournament for Upper Valley. She was impressing me with her play and just the way she kind of look at everything and maneuver the cue ball around and whatnot. And then of course her stroke is pretty good. And so I was thinking, I still think it, that she could easily be a top woman player for sure if she were to keep going. But then Kelly decided, no, I'm not going to do that, and then knocked her up. And and then he decided, nope, I'll still keep the higher cargo. But, she's definitely capable. She got game. And then she showed it when we went to Vegas to play. I mean, the way she was just attacking tables, it didn't matter if she was playing their best player or not. She was snapping off some games that were big. They were big for us.
Yeah,
So
for sure. Pete's got a pretty good table here. He might end up shooting his duck again. Oh, he's going to play the 11. That's good. Oh, hung the ball, gave Marty a chance here. But solids aren't the best. The 4 passes a 15, though. Solids aren't too bad, actually.
Yeah, it might if you were to like roll it in, let it play up the inner point there. But if
Yeah.
you played it with any speed, I don't know. You'd have to hit that like too perfect.
Ooh. Well, you could bank it right now.
Yeah, we've had quite a few. I have them all saved in a spreadsheet I made for BFS matches of everybody that's in there, and we've had quite a few that were actually really, really good. Like even the Jeff and Scotty matches, especially that last one,
for sure.
where they both opened up with breaking runs. And I was like, man, these guys came to play. So it was good to watch. It was entertaining for sure.
It's fun to commentate too. Played
Yeah.
good. Marty being smart, didn't just fire at something there. That's new. That's new over the last game or two, Starting to feel the win and feel the momentum on his side and doesn't want to give it up. Yeah, Pete's still in a funny spot here with these 2 balls on the rail and then that 12 where it is. Yeah, see, I'd rather see him play shape from that ball to something else other than this other duck.
Well, if you shot that ball in the corner right there and just played rail shape to play that combo,
yeah,
the potential to get out there is still there. See, right here, if you were to play like a stop shot and play the combo, then he could play that 12 next on the other side. Because that 13 will roll out towards the corner pocket or nearby anyway. Like that.
Oh, what a good shot.
Yeah, that still works out. I mean, you can just give it a little bump. I'd definitely played it as a stop shot myself.
He's got to hit this full.
Like that?
Oh, I got a good spot. Yep.
He hit that good.
He just doesn't want to shoot this in the corner and drift over into that side pocket.
Yeah, I think he's, if anything, it looks like he's hitting a little stun or something. Hey, he hit it good. Okay, this is big. He needs to pocket this.
Big game here. Like you're saying about one of those 3 important games is getting to the hill. He definitely doesn't want to give Marty that chance.
Ooh, that's big right there. Oh,
but
that
he
works
gets
out.
a little bit of love. Wow.
Yeah, Matt.
Yeah, Matt, I see. Oh, we're both getting on it. The problem with another BFS tournament is the one that happened back in the day was really easy to come up with that and really easy to run that tournament and have it be a pretty quality, fair tournament because every match that was run, all 12 matches that were run in the BFS back then to start, were all of pretty equally skilled players. That core group of that level of player across the board, any of those 24 players had an opportunity to win that tournament. Now it's kind of all over the map with who would be allowed to play in it or who would have opportunities to play in it. I mean, you've got players all the way from, Rayanne and Whitney on one end of the spectrum to me and Lee and Delmer and some of us on the other end of the spectrum. So it's not as easy to have a BFS match nowadays, with the different levels of players involved. And Pete gets the 8 ball after Marty missed that ball. That was a pretty good roll for Pete there.
Yeah, Jeff answered that question perfectly right there. Too much difference in bargains. That's the point you were making from top to bottom. There's a big spread there, so it wouldn't be like it was back in the day. Because you were right. Everybody was a B-level player, and everybody was really close. If you had Fargos, you'd all be within 50 points of each other.
Yep, man. Many a nights I remember sitting up Remember that? What was that restaurant in the old Kempers that you and I would sit there till the wee hours of the night
Mimos.
discussing options, Mimos, yeah, coming up with matches and trying to figure out who would be best suited for who. That was pretty fun back then. We came up with some really good lineups and matches.
Yeah, Pancho did win that first one, and he was down, I think 5-0, 4-0, or something to Blade in the hot seat match, and then he just turned it around and then never looked back. Come back to win that and just won. And at the time, there weren't very many tournaments around town that paid well. And so that BFS tournament he won, he almost pocketed it, almost $1,000. Yes, Michelle Pancho was a B back then. In fact, him and Matt Mitchell played in the very first BFS match ever, and Matt whooped him 5-3. Pancho started around like he was going to put the boots to him, but then Matt showed him what's up. Now, the same wouldn't be true today, but can't take that away from Matt. He did his thing then. I remember too, because the BFS tournament, Jared, the guy that used to do our trophies for all the pool leagues and stuff. Remember, he made us that. He made us the little first out, that little tiny trophy, and Scott Brown won that. He was the first one knocked out of the tournament, so he got that little itty bitty thing. Remember that, Josh? Because Jared made us like pens, BFS pens and whatnot for being the organizers. Played Eddie in the final. No, I think he played Travis Huckleberry. Yes, you do, Matt. You do have a trophy. Yeah. And I'm pretty sure I saw that picture too. You guys holding it before your match started. And I got pictures of everybody too. Once we made that plaque, because you guys would always take pictures with the plaque. And Eddie back then, Jeff was back. It was back when he was a big boy. So it's kind of funny seeing those pictures and stuff. Don't hardly recognize him. And he played Roy Bustos, and I remember Roy was putting it to him pretty good, and he got to the hill, and he just quit losing. He just won every game from there and come back to win it. So we're tied 5-5, race to 7. This match is definitely turned around from how it started. Pete won the first 4 to go up 4-0, and then Marty won the next 5 to take his first lead, and then Pete won the last game to tie it up 5-5. So now we are in a race to 2. Now, Jeff, I'm pretty sure he played Travis in the final, but seeing as how my memory is what it is, I can always go back on the Facebook page and take a look. Actually, I think in my archive spreadsheet it shows it. I can look in there for a faster review. And yeah, Matt, you're right. Roy was up 4-0 on Eddie, and Eddie just turned it on. Yeah, that was the good old days, man. We had the rack girls, and they were all using the Sardo tight rack, which I still have, by the way. It sits at home in the closet there on the shelf. Sardo tight rack. I should bring it out just for old time's sakes. made a nice shot on the 7 here, but overran its shape and is in a tough spot. He's basically butted up against the 5. So I think his best bet right now is to play the 1 and try to play this combo. Except you almost have to aim this way to get that ball to throw. Well, he got it. He got the scratch. Yeah, Carolina. That's right, Jeff. Carolina. She lives over in Kennewick now and has 3 kids. So we had a bunch of rack girls back there. Carolina did it a number of times. Haley did it a few times. Tammy Barney did it. I think Yvette did it. And there's quite a few. I'd have to look on the page again. Still remember when Amy's dad Kevin played Jeff, and I think he won Hill also. So yeah, there was a lot of hard-fought matches that went, right down to the last game. So I don't know if some of you saw that or not, but Marty accidentally bumped the cue ball, which in league is a foul. BC is cue ball foul only, so bumping any other ball, your opponent has the option to move it back or leave it where it is. But if you bump a cue ball, that is a foul. Oh no, that's tough. So Pete tried to stun out to get a good look at this 5 ball, but in doing so, threw the 2 out, and it brings Marty back to the table. And he's looking at cutting the 12. Yep. Almost got the unlucky bounces. I do believe the 11 still passes the 5. Yep, just like that. And so he just needs to go forward, not real far. Yeah, somewhere up in there would be good. And overcut it, and that changes the cue ball angle too. That's how we want it. But as you can see, Pete's best shot here is playing for the 5, and letting the cue ball go up like this.
Yeah, Jeff, I remember when Carolina was the rat girl.
Should bring her out of retirement, huh?
I agree. It was fun. He's got to make a good shot here to not scratch in the corner. And he didn't. He did.
Yeah, it's doable.
Thin cut. He's got to try to miss the 11 ball. If he clips the 11, he's just going to freeze up over here unless he hammers it.
Well, I think he's going to end up like over in this area. Oh. Yeah, so if he'd have made that, I think his cue ball would have come over like this, and then he would have had a bank at best. Tough shot here. So another opportunity here for Marty to get on the hill first. Take a 2-game lead, which ultimately is huge right now. Well, hit it too hard. Got an unfortunate bounce here, but let's see. You got to be careful because your tangent line is going to go this way if you're playing the 9 this way. You play with a little bit of draw and you can pull it out like this. Yeah, he's definitely having to study it. See, if he wanted to play safe too, he could clip this and come out and stay in this area. But and there's the tangent line. And the fact that it hit slow really kept it online. You hit it with speed. Speed will deflect the cue ball, even without English, will deflect it wider than its normal tangent line. So if he'd hit that with a little speed, I think he might have been okay. But now Pete has a chance to get on the hill.
See, this is where we were talking earlier with ball in hand. You don't want to put yourself in a spot to have to use a bunch of English. If he puts the cue ball in this kind of spot here, the natural path using center ball is to come straight down to the center of the table, down this direction, and then you're just controlling speed instead of trying to force it with English.
That's the big thing. You know, you're eliminating things you have to control. So by putting it on a natural angle, then you're absolutely right. You only have to control speed. So then you're only controlling one versus English and everything else. So this not having much angle, and I thought it was going to scratch, but I guess it's kind of the same with the 9 sitting there like that. But that's exactly why he put it too straight and then tried to force an angle. And diamonds don't let you do that, especially these ones because the pockets are tight and it's a deep shelf table. So
he just wants to roll this ball in. Doesn't want to do anything fancy.
Ooh, goodness! You know, in the early rounds, he'd have made that 8.
Yeah, I got pretty fortunate there. Now you just got to sink this ball, and he should be good.
Oh man, he hit that good and good speed to get right. Now this thing here is just not to get crazy and scratch. So you can actually hit this with a little speed. Like I said earlier, it'll deflect wider. Hitting it slow.
Oh, he drills it. Money.
Monies. And I'm going to throw in some applause.
Yeah, he almost pulled a Kelly. So I don't know if I told you, Rich, but I had jumped in at the last minute during the lefties versus righty Scotch doubles match.
Yeah.
And obviously I wasn't commentating, but I jumped in to watch, and I seen somebody make the 8-ball in out of turn, and immediately I was like, Kelly. I didn't even see who had done it yet. I just assumed.
But well, you know what's funny is right after Brandon did that, and that was the end of the match, I go walking over there, and Kelly looks at me and goes, "It wasn't me." And folks, for those of you watching, Kelly did that twice. Knocked the 8 in early to lose games. He did it twice. And so, you know, he catches some stuff from the rest of us for that every now and again. But so part of the nice 8-ball to get on the hill. Considering he was down 4-0, this is pretty significant actually. Yeah, this rack here was building up to be a mess. Everything kind of clustering up on one side, but it kind of opened up right there at the end. The 14 fell on the side. The only downside here is Pete pretty much has to take stripes, and by stripes I mean the 10-ball. You know, Kelly, what I should start doing is creating these PFS matches in digital pool, and then when they're done, they get submitted to Fargo. Granted, that won't show, you know, your early 8-balls and stuff, but it does keep track of performance and performance rating and things of that nature. So you can actually see how well you played, you know, above, at, or below your actual Fargo. Now, speaking of shirts, Michelle, I think Kelly or JC or both mentioned it to me the other night when they were practicing about BFS shirts, and actually used AI and designed one. I haven't made it, but I do have images of it on my phone. It's kind of a rough draft, basically. I'm sure you guys have seen. Oh, that's what I forgot to do today. Damn it. I forgot to take my fancy camera and do their walk-in video and whatnot and create their music video again. I completely spaced that off. But yeah, I did it for the lefty righties. That was the first. Oh no, Robert and Matt were the first ones, and then I did it for the lefty righties. Man, so making all kinds of mistakes on this one. Misspell Pete's name, forget the video. Crystal says she wants a BFS shirt, and she definitely deserves one after her match she did. It was super entertaining, and the fact that she did one, that would be enough to qualify, sure. Well, it's been a minute since I did a run through on the sponsors. I don't want to do it right this second while you guys are shooting, but as you can see, they're scrolling through on the sponsored by box over there. You see them on the billboard over there on the wall, which, like I said, we're getting a new one that'll have every sponsor on there, and I can tell you it's going to include the logo for the Comfort Suites. Now, even though they are not a paid sponsor like everyone else, the fact that they are a new partner for the Dutch for tournaments, we're going to include their logo on there, so they just get an extra little visual there. An honorable mention. So Marty tried to squeeze that 4 into the side and missed it and broke up the cluster there, which opened that 13-up Pete. Now this is a must-win game for Pete as Marty sits on the hill. But for those of you who didn't watch from the get-go, this match has had everything. I mean, it's been super close, but had an early swing of everything going towards Pete's favor. He went up 4-0. And then the tide turned, and then everything started going Marty's way. And he won the next 5 to take the first lead of the match. And then Marty got that last game to go on the hill. But as you see these games, how they're unfolding, that's kind of how every game has been. They both have had chances. Then that one extra mistake by whichever side is costing them. That's exactly how every game has been going. They've both have been in every single game. And so, in that sense, it's been very exciting, fun to watch because it literally is a coin toss. Right now, it definitely favors Marty. He's on the hill. Okay, so it was Kelly that's told me that. Mentioned the shirts to me, so good idea, Kelly. So Marty's a little bit on a free swing here just because this is definitely hindering Pete. Oh, that's having rolled into a perfect position to block this shot. So definitely going to change this ball's position, which opens a 6 ball up for Marty as well. So he has to be very careful here. So Matt says he believes he can get his team from Lincoln City to play Scotch triples. Add up their cargoes for me there, Matt, and let me know what that number is. That might be something we could do. And I like the fact that you're basically out of towners. So, Golden Dale versus Yakima kind of thing. Just another thing to put out there. Okay, so Pete just tried to tear him off his own 12 and then make the 15, but instead it made Marty's 5. And this is trouble for both players. So Marty will have to figure out. He may be able to come in like this. And then I think that might play to the corner. Or he could just play the perfect angle and come off the side rail and open that up. Nicely done, Marty. I gotta say, that was a nice shot to open that up for yourself and give yourself a chance to close this out. Okay, so that wasn't the most ideal of shapes, but I think we play this and the cue ball. If it comes down this way, it stays in here, then it could tap the 2 into the side and play the 1 here and come basically this way for the 8. But let's see, because Marty has a tendency to hit things very hard. And did so once again. But I think he can see the 2. So the thing is to try for the 2, but not roll up behind the 8. You're just going to want to stay in this area. Look at Matt, quick with the math. 1296, huh? No, they're making it in turn. Yeah, I didn't understand that attempt at the bank. However, he definitely made the table ugly. So Pete's going to have to come with something here, or safety, or he could actually roll this out and just roll the cue ball right here. As long as he doesn't open that up, that'd be a great safety to play. So Marty's going to fire at a shot if he can see the ball, so you definitely don't want to give him anything he can take a swing at. But the angle of this live, he literally could just play a slight angle and come with the cue ball right into here. So if he's looking, he called the prospect, so he's looking to do this. But in doing so, what will he have for shape if it were to go? Let's see, this is where that can cause a big problem, because kind of sitting in line with this 1 ball to the corner, and it looks super tight. It's very tight by this ball. So, it'd almost be better if he played this kind of shape and played for the 1 up here. Plus, that would take the cue ball off table for the 8 side. Just trying to hold it for this. Bad things can happen. Like I said, it is super tight, super tight. And it looked like he was trying to get under there. This fell short. You see, like with Marty, as much as he wants to win this game and close it out, he's got a little breathing room as he has a game to give if need. Pete, on the other hand, does not. So, very tough. All the pressure is on Pete because he has to win this game to keep the match alive. Well, that's not terrible. I mean, there's shots available, but nothing super easy. So Pete plays this to the corner, which is about all he's got. And the cue ball tangent line is going to come this way. Oops. We draw a straight line. It's going to come this way, and then it's speed control back this way to make sure you can get to the 12 in the corner.
Yeah, it looks like he's banking this ball, though.
I don't understand that at all. The bank didn't even go.
Marty's got a good chance here to finish the match. He's just got to make a really good draw stroke here.
Yeah, definitely has to draw this out because if he just stops and ends up right here, he'll be forced to back bank. Now, that's tough with that being right where it is, but I'm not sure. I don't get this. So now even a back bank is tough because the back bank it this way, the cue ball is going to want to go this way. And Marty makes a terrible window.
Well, he's going to try the back bank. Oh, never mind. See if this ball wiggles.
Oh, he's playing it.
Oh, he's playing a safety maybe.
No, he made the cut. And just, that's one of those where you're cutting backwards, so you definitely would have had to spin mode that. And that's not his forte. But, like I said, it's sitting right in front of the side now. And so even though there's shots available for Pete, they're not close. They're opposite ends of the table, and all the pressure is on him.
Yeah, I like this one here. I think this provides natural shape to the 15. Comes off.
I would have played with the 15 because it's easier to come this way.
Yeah, but you got to hit it a lot slower that way.
Ooh, that bump helped a lot. That was a great bump for Pete. And this could take us hill, folks.
You just got to make it.
Oh, no.
Oh, no.
Wow. That was a heartbreaker.
What the? Oh, my God.
Was that the shoe chain thing?
I had to try it. Marty got it. What a big comeback.
Do some applause. Do some register exchange. All right, Josh, I'm going to sign off and shut this thing down. But to all of you who tuned in, thank you very much. And I appreciate you guys watching and chatting it up in the chat room there. And then I'll let Josh finish up. Oh, no, he's already gone, I guess. But thanks, everybody, and we'll see you next Tuesday for Jim versus Jet. So stay tuned. And thanks again to Marty and Pete for a great match.